Hey guys, welcome to my channel, The Creative Drummer. I'm Gary. The three guys you just saw, I think we can all agree, have really good double kick technique. So the first guy is 66 Samus. I'll leave a link to all three of their channels below. Actually, I don't think the second guy, his name is Austin Archie. I don't think he has a YouTube channel, but you can find him on Meinl's YouTube channel because he's a Meinl artist, and you will see how amazing he is. And then the third guy is El Estepario Siberiano, or if you're American like me, you're going to say El Estepario Siberiano, because that's what we Americans do. We got that hard R going on. Anyway, also an amazing drummer. Definitely check all three of these guys out. All right, so I can't do what these guys do. There's no way. So this video is basically, I'm showing you stuff that I do with double kick. A lot of the stuff that they're doing is really way more appropriate for metal than it is for anything that I do. And I get called to do gigs, you know, funk, R&B, blues, jazz, classic rock, and other stuff too. That's the kind of music that I get hired to play, and therefore I have to honor that kind of music and play what's appropriate for those styles. And the stuff that they're doing, the hyper fast double kick stuff, it's just not, it wouldn't work musically. I'd get punched by the other guys in the band. But that doesn't mean I'm not inspired by them, and listen, I have huge respect for these guys. And the thing is, by seeing what they do and what other amazing double kick drummers do, it does make me want to up my game. So here's the way I use double kick, and I'm just going to show you, some very simple things. I'm limiting it to just 2 hits on the bass drum, left, right, or if you prefer right, left. I'm just going to give you an example in a musical situation of something that I would typically do. And I'm choosing a tune by Jethro Tull called Locomotive Breath, and here's the pattern I'm playing on the kicks.
In the shuffling madness of the locomotive breath runs the all-time loose love headlong to his death. Oh, it feels a test and scraping, steam breaking on his brow. Oh, Todd, it's still the arrow and the train and won't stop. Oh, it no, it could slow down. No, it could slow down. No, it could slow down. No, it could slow down.
Okay, if that's not comfortable for you, then obviously you practice it. It's a really good idea that you play along with music, and with today's tools you can extract the drums and record yourself, so you'll get much better much quicker if you do that. The next thing, this is an exercise. This is the pattern. Here's the exercise. It's pretty self-explanatory, but the thing is, that is an exercise, and that's something I can't imagine I would ever actually do on a gig when I'm actually playing music. What I do in a case like that is I'll start improvising. So I'm going to take my left hand and I'm just going to start breaking it up and playing different rhythms while keeping the kick drums doing that same pattern. Now, I should point out that that pattern, which is 1E, 2E, 3E, 4E, that's very difficult for me to sustain at faster tempos because I'm so used to going a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 on my double kicks. So at faster tempos, I invariably start sliding into going a 1, a 2, a 3. So I don't practice it at faster tempos because I need to make sure I can do it at slower tempos cleanly and precisely, and most importantly, comfortably. Then I increase the tempo. Anyway, here's the exercise. so this is a coordination issue. Absolutely. I mean, you have to work out the coordination to really do this. All right, so the thing that you're not going to see, because it makes for really boring footage, you probably saw that there were times where I was relatively imprecise. There were times when I was flamming out with my left hand and my kick. What I would normally do, if I'm just here practicing by myself, is I would immediately stop and just repeat that where I screwed up over and over and over and over and over again until it feels comfortable. All right, so this next thing is a little complicated to explain. So basically what it comes down to is I'm doing the same pattern as before, left kick, left, against an eighth note ride pattern on my right hand. And I do that for 2 bars. At the end of the second bar, however, instead of doing 2 lefts to get me back to the downbeat, I do 1 left, and that displaces the entire 4/16 note pattern ahead by 1/16 note. So I do that for 2 bars. Then once again, at the end of that 2 bars, I do a single hit on the left, and that displaces the entire pattern again, and I do that for 2 bars, and then displace again, and then I'm back to the original pattern. Now, once I do that, I then just do 1 bar. So 1 bar, single hit, displace, another bar, single hit, displace, another bar, displace, another bar, etc., right? Once I do that, then I have the bar, and something really interesting happens, but I'll explain that after you check out this segment. So now I want to address when I have the bar, because basically what I wound up with is a 7-note grouping. Now, it's not technically a septuplet because it's a 7-note grouping over a bar of 4/4 in a 16th note grid. However, because it's 7 notes, it fits over 1 bar of 7/4. It fits over 1 or 2 bars, depending on how you want to look at it, of 7/8. And it'll also work as 1 bar of 7/16. The really fascinating part about all this is that, and I discovered this quite by accident, is that the way you count it in your mind will change the way it sounds to you, because it changed the way it sounds to me. Now, the listener won't hear any difference. None at all, unless he was aware of where the pulse actually is and the grid. But definitely for you. And it's really kind of cool because it's just so different depending on how you count it, even though you're doing the exact same thing. I'm going to devote an entire video to that. But here it is in 7/4. Now, let's talk about kick drum 16th note ostinatos. In my case, left, right, left, right, left, right. And I know I said only 2 hits, so this is the one exception to that. We're just going to do ostinatos on the kick. The idea here, we're going for precision, and in order to make sure that we can be precise, we're going to use a snare drum pattern, And in my case, I'm not doing a paradiddle. I'm doing a variation of a paradiddle, and it's going to be right, left, right, left, right, left. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to snap out an accent on the anticipations of the downbeats. So, and yes, you can do that with paradiddles, but you'd have to accent on the second note of the double. And I want the accents to be very powerful, because the idea for your hands is to keep it as evenly as possible. So you're only talking about two dynamic levels. The accent, and then everything else is down here. Not this. It's got to be even. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the idea of this exercise is to match your feet exactly with your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. What about triplets? So that's where things get really cool. So what we're talking about here is 16th note triplets. So here's an exercise that got me started. 1, 2, 3, 4. So essentially I'm doing the same thing as before. I'm doing basically a double stroke roll with left, right, and then left, left. But I'm doing it over a 16th note triplet grid. So I'm keeping eighth notes with my right hand. So, all right, again, that's an exercise, and I would actually never do that on a gig. So I worked out some different patterns, breaking up that concept of a 16th note triplet grid, and I'm breaking it up into different patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the idea, as you saw, was I have to adhere to that 16th note triplet grid. And look, I'm showing you just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many possibilities that open up when you start dealing with this stuff. So when I'm sitting here practicing stuff, different ideas, I'm like, well, what if I try this? What if I try that? It's almost an endless thing, and that's what I want for you guys to do, because man, not only is it a lot of fun, you improve a lot quicker. My caveat at this juncture would be to say that if it seems like I'm struggling, if you feel that I'm not really absolutely comfortable with this stuff, it's because I'm not. I feel it's more important for me to show you this stuff than it is for me to master it. I'm not here to show off. I'm here to impart what I'm doing to you in the hopes that it will help you. That doesn't mean I have to get it perfectly. It'd be nice, but it's going to take me a while. I'm not there yet. Anyway, here's a drum solo. Hope you enjoy it. 1, 2, 3, 4. have a ball doing this. And the thing I want to say here is that if it's fun, you're going to practice longer. If it's very difficult for you, then just pull the tempo back. You're not in a race. God, you're not, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen some drummers, and I don't mean to disparage them. I won't name names. And I have nothing but respect for what they do and their abilities as drummers, and they're trying to teach, and I totally respect that. But I'm not a big believer in like learn whatever it is in 30 days, and they lay it out and give you a program to practice it and get it in 30 days. Well, what if at the end of 30 days you don't have it? Are you a loser? You know what I mean? I mean, it takes as long as it takes. And for me, because I don't prioritize double kick drumming, I'm practicing a lot of other stuff. I'm not going to master double kick drumming in 30 days. I'm just not. So it takes as long as it takes. That's all I'm really saying. All right, guys, I think that's it. I hope you get something out of this, as always, and thank you for checking out my channel. I will see you in the next one.